Hello, welcome to the Good Melanin Morning Podcast. I'm your melanated host, Jay. I invite you to join me as I converse about various day-to-day topics concerning sisterhood, self-care, pop culture, relationships, and empowerment, all from a melanated viewpoint. Although I have a melanated view, these conversations are for all ears. So go grab your latte, sit back, and let's talk melanin.
Hello and welcome back to Good Melanin Morning. I'm your melanated host, Jay. So, for those of you that this is your first time ever listening to my podcast, it's very, very informal, I should say. I don't believe in keeping everything all uptight, tuxedo type thing and up uncomfortable. So I just pretty much just be all over the place with my podcast, but you get the point. Normally the way I do is I start my podcast off with culture talk, which is something that's happening in today's world with pop culture. And then, of course, I give my opinion of whatever that is, and I go into the post question, then the topic of discussion for today. So for our culture talk, on Saturday, Carol Sutton, who most of you may remember from Queen Sugar, Steel Magnolias, Lovecraft Country, just to name a few of her shows, recently lost her battle to COVID-19. She was a New Orleans native and had been receiving treatment at the Turo Infirmary, also located in her native city of New Orleans. New Orleans Mayor LaToya Cantrell recognized, Sutton as a fixture in the local theater community for decades. Mayor Cantrell, was quoted saying that the world may recognize her from her performances in movies and on TV. Basically, the aforementioned that I just talked about, the Queen Sugar, Claus, Runaway Jury, Queen Steel Magnolias. But she said we will always remember her commanding stage presence, her richly portrayed characters, and her warm heart she shared with her fellow cast and crew in production, such as 4,000 Miles and A Raisin in the Sun, Cantrell said. May she rest in God's perfect peace. Absolutely. This COVID-19 is real. As you can see, we're still continuing to lose our loved ones to this pandemic. It's not gone. That's the bottom line. Folks, COVID-19 is not gone. You know that the numbers are steadily rising in multiple locations. Every time you turn around, we're losing someone else to the COVID. So I know it's been taxing to our everyday lives, but we got to stay the course. We have to realize how major this is and the seriousness of it. We need to continue to be safe and continue following CDC's guidelines. I know it's the holidays, and I know we want to spend it, with our loved ones, go over to the homes, have the nice family dinners and things of that nature. Trust me when I say I'm one of those people. I definitely would love to be able to spend the holidays with my family, sitting at the table. I mean, this is my very first Thanksgiving that we just had, and upcoming Christmas holiday that I've been able to spend with my actual family, my aunts, my uncles, my mother, my sister, in 16 years. So imagine what I feel like being at home for the first time in 16 years, able to celebrate the holidays, Thanksgiving and Christmas, just for us to be in the middle of a pandemic, not knowing when the end is coming. Of course, I would love to crowd together with my family, but we just can't do it right now, folks. So please, I beg of you, do the right thing. Wear your mask. I know it's troublesome because it's been numerous times that I have actually pulled up to a location, gotten out of my car, either walked halfway to the door, all the way to the door, just to realize, oh darn, I forgot my mask. and of course have to turn around and go back and get it. I'm one of those people, freedom of choice, I understand that, but I'm choosing to wear my mask. This is too uncertain, this virus. We don't know exactly what it is, where it's going, what it's going to do, what's the long-term effect of it. So definitely I'm going to continue to wear my mask. We need to practice social distancing. That's to include public places, at your workplace, for those of you that are still working outside of your home, and also in your home. I know it's crazy. I know it sounds weird, but if you're having company over, most definitely you want to practice social distancing to the best of your ability. Practice proper hygiene, covering your coughs, your sneezes. We should be doing that anyway. We really should. That's regular. That's basics. That's without pandemic. You should be covering. You should be, practicing proper hygiene, like washing and sanitizing your hands. All of these things that we should already be doing is what CDC guidelines are, with the exception of course, social distancing and the wearing of a mask. I would much rather sacrifice wearing a little mask than taking the chance of sacrificing not being around here to wear a mask. So, as I said, I'm going to pose a question to you. The COVID-19 vaccine, from my understanding, it is now been approved to be rolled out. New York City is one of the first cities that will be receiving the vaccine, sometimes between last week, this week, and upcoming week. My question to you is, do you plan on getting the COVID-19 vaccine? Comment below this podcast or wherever you find me at. If you could comment, just let me know what you think about the vaccine. Are you planning on getting it? I need to do a little more research. I heard some talk about stimulus and the COVID-19 vaccine going together some kind of way. I'm unsure about that. I'm going to do a little bit more research, and then who knows, maybe that'll be the next podcast topic. COVID-19 and stimulus payment. Who knows? But anywho, moving right along to our main topic of discussion for today. So I was in my bed in the middle of the night when this topic came to me. I was inspired by just scrolling through social media, specifically Facebook, and just looking at some of the posts that a lot of people make. You could tell when people may be going through some things in their lives. I already know the memes. Just because I posted don't mean I'm going through it. Just because I posted don't mean it's about me or whoever. I get that. But you can tell that there are some people that's actually going through some things. There is some people that's actually deflecting their feelings onto social media. They were posting. So the topic that we're going to discuss is tips to increasing the quality of your relationship. Because I'm sure with this pandemic, I don't know if you've researched, but statistics has said that domestic violence in the home, amongst intimate couples, amongst parent-child, have risen. And a lot of it, they feel, is the constantly being at home, which hasn't normally happened, put it that way. Previously kids were at school, parents were at work. Now you're doing virtual learning. Kids are home all day. You have people that are working from home. You have people who have lost their jobs, and things are just hectic in the home. So we need to focus back on some of these tips to try to get that passion, to get that fire burning back, and to stabilize these relationships that are on that path to destruction if we don't. Just think back to a time when your partner, met your needs in a very satisfying way. Whether it was you had worked all day, you were tired, you've been on your feet all day, you came home and your partner made that wonderful meal for you. Or same scenario, you've been at work all day on your feet, come home, you just dreading getting there because you already know you got to help the kids with homework. You got to do laundry, you got to do that dinner, you got to get things ready for the kids for school the next day, and guess what? Your partner already did it for you. And all you need to do is just come in, relax, get in the hot tub that they've already prepared that nice bath for you for, and relax with a nice glass of champagne, wine, whatever you do, cognac, it doesn't matter, whatever you prefer. Those feelings of energy and joy that your partner gave to you from their support is what we want to get back. Those energetic feelings, they made you feel like doing it even more, becoming a better person. Just being happy sometimes to be in a relationship because you got somebody that's definitely in your corner. Poof, that energy is gone. So we're wondering what happened with that energy. I've heard it so many times. A lot of people say it's from longevity in a relationship. The fire just stopped burning. They need something to rekindle that fire. It's there. It's just simmering. Just like those hot coals. All you need is to go up there and just, arouse it a little bit, just arouse it. Stir it up a little bit, put a little paper or something on it to make deposits into what I call it the love tank. So the first tip I want to say is empowerment. Our relationships, they really do define our lives. I know some people may agree to disagree with me on this, but it's not because we cannot think, independently or because we lack a sense of self. It's totally because relationships with others, they can either fuel the fire of our success or they can drain us of the will to achieve more. So taking these two factors into consideration, the amount of power in a relationship can have, we must learn to create a welcoming and nurturing culture at home to empower your partner and for your partner to empower you. And once this is done, we all will find our efforts empowering to ourselves as well. So I promise you, when you do something good for your partner and you see their look, you see they're happy, you see their gratitude for what you've done for them, a lot of times it will do something to you internally. It will make you want to go harder in the paint for some of you or do more for your, partner. You're speaking their love language. It just makes you want to be there. So, tip two, use emotional memories constructively. Um, think back to a time, like I said previously, when your partner did meet your needs and everything in the most satisfying way. Those emotional memories that you're thinking about when they met your needs and everything, they're very powerful tools which are at your disposal. At your disposal because that relationship based energy, it just informs every aspect of your life. Like I said before, it just does something to you. It really make you want to get up in the morning, go to work because you're looking forward to once you clock out, you going home to this magnificent person that you have at home. You know, it's you have to allow yourself to focus on these powerful and emotional memories, within the relationship because it does bring success and happiness in your relationship. This kind of supporting energy improves our health outcomes. When you're happy, you're healthy. It's like what I like to say. It helps with your work performance and, of course, the outlook at the most basic level of your relationship. Tip three, magnify positive emotion for you both. So, relationships magnify human emotion. Think about it, whether you have a parent child relationship, a sister brother relationship, a cousin to cousin relationship, they magnify human emotions. You've dealt with all types of emotions within these relationships. This basically means that by sharing your joy, your love, your fear, and any other emotion that you may have in this relationship, you can make more of it. So, will you magnify support and kindness as you share those emotions with your partner? So, basically, what you're receiving, you're matching that energy and giving to someone else. Or will you magnify doubt and criticism? And what you don't receive, you magnify that as well. Just like they say, is when a person talks about you or when a person does something negative to you, it's never about you. It's always about the individual. All that negative energy, that aurora, all of that good old stuff is deflecting just as well as the positive will. So you have to be very careful with that and make sure that you magnify the positive and you bring that out more. So tip 4 is become your partner's best fan. I am here to tell you there is nothing like having a supportive person. I won't even necessarily say they have to be your partner, but just somebody in your corner that can listen to your dreams, that can listen to your goals, that will help you stay the course, stay on the path when you even doubt yourself. They're that person there rooting for you, cheering for you. They got the pom poms out saying, "You got this, you can do this." We all know every relationship does go through some very stressful times. But when you're going through those stressful times, you have choices. And the first choice is you can either seize that stress that you're currently going through as an opportunity for personal growth. That's for your relationship together, or you can allow that stress to weaken your bond. I personally prefer to, of course, grow together from the stresses that we may deal with. Um, if I'm stressing, I will definitely take some time to myself and reflect on what I have going on. But at some time, you need to go to your partner and speak about what you're dealing with. Bring them into your storm. As much as I hate to say that, you're not supposed to. A lot of people say don't draw them in, don't allow a person to draw you into your storm. Draw them into your sunlight, to your positivity. Draw them out of the storm. But sometimes you need to weather that storm. And if that means that you got to pull your partner, let them know what you're going through, what you're dealing with, then that's okay. You're using that stress as a powerful tool, and that's going to strengthen your relationship. Um, Another one is most definitely putting your partner's needs first. I know it may sound crazy. Some is gonna, like I said before, some people gonna agree to disagree with me, and that's okay. It's my opinion. I'm entitled to it, just like you're entitled to your opinion. But if you focus on making your partner happy, and if they are the right partner for you, they will receive that happiness. And I promise you, they will want to reciprocate it. If you are bending over backwards and you are making your partner happy and they're not receiving it, they're not acknowledging, they're not, just absorbing it, then that may not be the person for you. But when you do put your partner's, you know, needs first, then you meet the challenge. You improve your relationship. You will most definitely earn support of your partner when it's your turn to master stress. Meaning that when it's you going through some things and you need that partner to come in with you, they'll be more than happy and willing to help you because you've helped them. Like I said, they automatically want to reciprocate it. That's just what happens with relationships if you're in the right relationship. Tip number 5 is celebrate and reward each other. I don't know how to say this, so I'm going to just be direct. Don't settle for the honeymoon being over. That love, that drive, that passion that you had prior to locking the relationship down needs to stay in a relationship. I can't tell you how many relationships I've seen and have heard couples say everything from a person just allow themselves to let themselves go, meaning physical appearance. Emotionally, they just let themselves go. You've got to keep yourself up. You need to see your partner through the same eyes that you did when you first met. Don't get me wrong, there is things that happen throughout relationships that tends to chip away from that. But back then, you were willing to cross oceans just to earn their love, right? Their admiration and trust. You had this energetic commitment to them that just completely won them over because they saw you putting in that effort. They saw that you wanted them. They saw that you had a they had a place you had a place for them in your life. So why lose it now? I would recommend most definitely dating nights, at least once a month. As often as you can get away, I say do it. But not just date nights. Make it about the like a first date. Every time you go out, you're going out on a first date. The energy, the effort, the time, the quality that you put into that first date that you had, you want everything to just be perfect. You want everything to be awesome and wonderful and nice and receiving of them. Put forth that effort on your consecutive dates as well. Make it every day a first date. But last but not least, our sixth tip is adapt and improve. The things that your partner required of you when you all first started to date in the beginning, for example, their emotional needs, they may be different from then and now. Don't get it twisted. You are responsible for meeting your partner's needs. It's still your job. Don't think that, oh, that's her responsibility. She's unhappy. I don't care. And you will be surprised on how often that do happen. Understand people age, understand people change. Life happens. Their health may deteriorate, their appearance may deteriorate, or whatever the case may be. You, as a partner, should try and adapt to that individual. It's your responsibility to do it. Who's else's responsibility? I'm sure y'all heard the saying, what you don't do, somebody else will. So keep that part in mind when you fail to meet your partner's need or you have failed to adapt and improve. In the end, you can't control how your partner feel. I get that. But you do have total control over your own actions and words. That's the thing, that's the key. That's the catch right there. You got control. You can't control your partner, but you got control of yourself. You can only be your best self. You can only adapt and improve yourself. So by seeing just how much power and the ability that you have to have better behavior gives you, you can definitely for sure know that you're pursuing a positive path alongside your partner. So, a quick recap again, like I said, we basically looked at some things. Me personally, um, relationships are stressful, but as I've already said, you have to learn how to channel that stress. You need to know what you're going to do with that stress. Going back over the tips to increasing the quality of your relationship, empowerment. You definitely need to, empower yourselves and your partner. Tip number two, using emotional memories constructively. Use that when you first started dating memory, how it felt, how your heart skipped a beat when you first started dating them or talking with them, or when you first married them. You need a magnify tip three, which is magnify positive emotion for both of you. You got to take the positive. You got to share your joy. When your spouse or your significant other got that promotion at work, and y'all, hey, go out to dinner, let's celebrate. You got a promotion. It's little things like that. I'm telling you that can really just drain if you don't do it. Like You get those things. Let's use, your partner got a promotion at work and they came home. Oh, congratulations. And then you just went on about your day. At some point, your partner may start thinking, like, man, they didn't even care. Like, oh, wow. And then you wonder why John or Janice at work getting the attention because they don't completely done brought a whole potluck together at work because of a promotion. See what I mean? You should be that person bringing that potluck together. It shouldn't have to be your coworkers or anything of that nature for them. Step Tip 4 is become your partner's best fan. Like I said, you got to support. You need to support. You need to support. You just don't want to have unnecessary energy drained because you just can't give a quick, okay, let's go out to dinner. Let's congratulations on that promotion. Congratulations on graduation from college. Congratulations on getting that new job. That's the small things that you can do. It's so simple to say those words. And they're positive. They're depositing positive in your bank account, your love account, your emotional account. So do it. Tip number 5 is celebrate and reward each other. It kind of goes along with what I've already been saying. Just, be happy with each other, be happy for each other. And tip 6 is to adapt and improve. Like I said, your partner won't be the same. Life happens, age happens, changes happen. You just got to be able to adjust. Okay. So, as always, that's going to conclude my podcast for today. And of course, my goal is to post daily my podcast at 11:30 EST. I'm a little behind on this one because it's been a while since I had to do it, so I had to go in and get all my configurations on my computer, my recording software. I had to go and get all of that taken care of. And right now it should be good. So once I get off of this podcast, I will start the topic for tomorrow, which I don't even know what it is yet, but we will see. And as always, I am very welcoming of those that listen to my podcast. Please make sure you share it. Please make sure you follow or subscribe, depending upon what platform that you find me on. Whether you're on Facebook, share my podcast, whether you download it onto your phone from Apple Podcast, or whatever the case may be. And I also welcome guests. If you're interested in me discussing a specific topic or a certain topic, please feel free to email me at the letter G, melanin, MELANIN, the letter M, at gmail.com. So again, it's gmelanin_m at gmail.com. Any topic that you want to discuss, anything that you want to just get off your chest, feel free to email me. Unless you want me to announce you, I won't announce where this topic may be coming from. So you don't have to worry about people knowing who submitted a topic or whatever the case may be. And if you disagree with things that are said, or we could have a conversation, just make a comment down below. So, as always, thank you all for listening to my podcast. And like I said, I know I'm all over the place with this, but that's me. I'm informal with my podcast. You may catch me eating, which you almost did earlier, but I decided to go ahead and just get the food out the way and then do the podcast. So, until next time, see you soon.
Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed our conversation. If so, please make sure to keep up with us on Facebook and Instagram at Good Melanin Morning. Before you go, always remember, it's a great day to be melanin.